The Minecraft Epic Bases book by Mojang, the book that holds all the secrets to making the perfect base in Minecraft, at least according to Mojang. In this video, I thought we will be exploring this book to see what really makes a Minecraft base perfect. Well, at least according to Mojang, we have some features here and we got a bunch of base designs that we're going to be taking elements from and we're going to be putting it into the mega base that we're going to be building. If we just scroll past the contents page and the introductions page for the character, we have the most important thing of this book. It's going to be the general build tips. And in this thing, we're going to cover a bunch of general things that you want to apply to every single base that you're going to be building. First off, we have planning. And in the planning category, we have creative mode. If you want to be building a base, Mojang recommends you do it in creative mode. And if you're going to do it in survival mode, make sure you have all the necessary blocks prepared. Moving on from creative mode, you have planning. Mojang strongly recommends that planning is the heart of all epic bases. They want to make sure that you know what you're going to be building, whether it's a castle, a ship, whatever you want to be building, make sure you know what you're building. And the same goes with the tip right below, and that's going to be theme. Mojang recommends you select out a block palette for the theme of your mega base, whether it's medieval, futuristic, whatever. You want to browse through the blocks that you have in Minecraft and you want to select out the theme you're going to be going with for your mega base. Moving on to the building aspect, before you actually start building your base, you want to get some terraforming done around the surrounding terrain just to make sure that your base actually fit in where you want to put it. And for the structure, you want to lay out the structure of your base, whether it's building a castle or a spaceship. You want to get at least a rough estimate on where things are going to go. And Mojang actually recommends you use concrete for this because it actually pops out in map, so you know exactly where things are going to go if you're going to be looking at a map. That's a pretty smart idea. I actually didn't think of that myself, so that's a new thing that I've learned from this book. And moving on, we got the block choice. This is, like I said, the block palette. You want to get that thing locked in, and you want to pick a block palette that fits your theme. Those are quite obvious, and I'm pretty sure you've heard that over and over. So let's actually move on to the third section. The third section of this general tips might surprise a few of you, and it's definitely surprised me, and that's going to be decorations. I can't believe how important Mojang has highlighted decorations, and I'm kind of on board with that. So let's just see what they have to say for decorations. They said, make sure your visitors have no doubt whose home they are visiting. Add a few personal touches to make the base unique to you. Are you an adventurer? Put some of your treasure in item frames. Are you a mob collector? Build displays for each of your favorite mobs. Perhaps you're an inventor. Create a museum for all of your best creations. These are really unique tips that I have never heard anywhere else, so Mojang, thank you very much. Just look at the little image right beside the text. That is pretty nice for a little decoration. Moving on, finishing details. Finishing details are the difference between a good base and an epic one. Consider adding some plants, tinted windows, and other decorations to make your creation stand out. Don't forget about the surrounding areas. This is so important. The surrounding area is just as important as the base. Let's see what they have to say for that, Mojang. Small torches can go a long way. Pathways, streetlights, and outer buildings are fantastic finishing details to consider. So we have got all the details to build the perfect base. But these are just some general tips that Mojang has highlighted. We still have a bunch of specifics down below in the books. So before we dive into that, let's actually go into Minecraft and see what we have to work with and what base we want to build, and just apply some of these general tips and see where we're at. Now, if we just look at this castle behind me, I just want to quickly say I did not build this. I downloaded it from a Patreon, so if you do want to download this, I will have a link in the description. But if we just have a look at this base over here, let's look at some of these general tips. So terraforming has been covered in this base. As you can see, it has been perfectly terraformed onto a cliff. So that is something that's have no problems from this base builder. They obviously did a fantastic job on this. And one thing I want to point out is if I actually go inside, decorations. Boy, this base have a lot of decorations. Even the lights are handled with copper. I mean, that's extra little detail over there. If we just look at this is absolutely gorgeous decorations. We've got even is that meatloaf? It's a meatloaf. That's a player head, but wow, decoration is not a problem with this. We've got a specific ceiling. We've got the theme of the building absolutely covered. Definitely medieval. If we just have a look at here, we got armor stands. We got this beautiful throne over here. And if we just go up, I mean, everything is looking fantastic. You got great crossovers. Everything is just looking so nice and compact. And you get even this little pocket of space that you can explore. I mean, it's completely filled to the brim with beautiful stuff. Even some storage. Alright, you can't have a base without storage, and that is completely covered. So as you can see, a few things are covered. But from our list, some things that are not covered is a redstone weapon, a farm, because I haven't seen any farms in this area, and an exit for the base. I mean, if we just look at this, you can't really leave the base in emergencies. So we're gonna be adding those three things. What we'll be doing in this video is we'll be filling in the redstone weapon part, the farm part, and the exit of the base part. And in order to fill this, we'll be using the book. We'll be going back to the book and we'll be picking out the exits, the farms, and the redstone weapons from specific bases. We'll choose different bases and we'll put them into this base to make this more of a base that Mojang will accept as a base. So the first essential of a base that we're going to be adding is actually not inside the castle. It's actually outside the castle. It's gonna be on this ship, and that's gonna be the redstone weapon. I've got the perfect weapon from the book already chosen that I think would fit in perfectly right about here. I mean, it won't really fit in anywhere else. As you can see, this is quite tight, and the weapon is a little bit large in size, so let's actually just see if it will fit. So let's actually head over to the book to see a deeper dive into the perfect weapon for a ship, because Mojang did specify it's a perfect weapon for a ship. So let's see if it will fit. Let's just have a deeper look at it. For our redstone weapon of the base, I have got the perfect idea in mind. It's actually coming from the Veneer's Tooth base. I don't really know how to pronounce that, but as you can see, this is a huge ship, and it's got many specific things according to the ship. As you can see, you got a bunch of storage cabinets, you know, specific prows, you know, bunk beds, but these are specific to the ship. What we're looking for is the redstone weapon, and that's going to be right here, the artillery cannon. As you can see, there is the perfect tutorial on this in this book that we're going to be applying to our little mini ship that is outside of our base, outside of the castle, as you can see. I'm not even sure if this will fit in our boat, because as you can see, the weapon is actually for this boat, and this boat is huge. It's like 170 blocks long, and our boat is nowhere near the same size. So I'm just hoping we can fit it in. I think it should, and I think it should work well. So let's just see what Mojang's perfect weapon for a base does in the actual game. So one of the things I was really worried about when building this cannon in the ship before I even started building was it gonna fit? That was the question. Was it gonna fit in the boat, the cannon? And it did. It fitted right perfectly on the boat. There was literally no more space left. We literally have the button on the boat's like rim, so it was quite fitting in quite perfectly. So that was one lucky thing. But other than that, everything went smooth, and there was a bunch of small problems that you're gonna see later on in the video. And there we have it, the artillery cannon all built. It fitted in quite perfectly in the ship. I mean, it literally could have gone, if it could have gone one block to the side, it would have not fit. So that was quite perfectly fit. The book didn't really tell me what to put in the dispenser, so I have nothing at the moment. That could be a really catastrophic failure, but let's just see what happens. We have a redstone covered up beneath this layer of wood, so everything is good. Alright, let's actually let's press this button and load it up, I guess. You press this button and you load it up. Nothing's happening. Nothing is happening. Oh no, I don't think that's supposed to happen. I don't think that's supposed to. Please don't blow up. Please don't blow up. That was not in the plan. So I'm talking to you, Mr. Veneer. In your book, make sure in your own tutorial to know what to put in your dispensers. So if you guys do have this book, and if your cannon is not working, just put some dispensers, put some flint and steel in your dispensers, and it should all be good. Alright, here we go. Here we go. This is the one. I'm feeling it. This is the one. It's all going off. That's perfectly laid off. Right, there we go. Bam. Bam! Alright, that is fantastic. This thing is so fun. It's just so fun to mess around and throw TNT and stuff. It would be super fun if there was like another boat there. But we don't want to be destroying our boat here. So that is the artillery cannon, or the weapon section of a Minecraft base ticked off. Now we're moving on to the next section, which is going to be building a farm in the base. Which leads me to the ancient mummy's tomb. This base is super detailed and it's super cool for a desert base. It doesn't really fit the base that we're going with, but we can take some elements of it, which we will be doing in the farm. Because if we just go down, you can kind of see the farms outside the base right over here. You can see the cows, the tree farm, and a little bit of a wheat farm over there. And if we just continues going down, we have some tips about building a farm. And they said, and they actually go in the indoor farm, which we're not going to be doing with. I will be showing you in Minecraft, but they just roughly said they wanted their base to be self-sufficient, so they built an indoor farm with this little decoration and theme of the base surrounded to it. So let's actually jump back to the world and let me show you what I have come up with for this base. Getting the farm ticked off our checklist was probably one of the easiest, but also one of the most tedious, because we have to put a lot of wheat, and it was a lot of wheat, and you have to hoe a bunch of land, and the water, you have to kind of hide the water, but it did look good in the end, so that was not a problem for us. I mean, what can I say? Simple, effective, looks good, and everything above. It is looking fantastic. I just put wheat in every piece of grass, and I kind of made it, you know, look like the whole side is wheat. And I think that was a pretty successful plan. It does look good, and it does take off the farm box. And I mean, it fits with the theme, alright? It fits with the theme. It's kind of a more of an outdoor farm, but kind of indoor because it's kind of, you know, close to the castle. But it's got the job done. Now let's move on to the next list on our list. The Phoenix's castle. Just have a look at this beauty. This is the perfect castle according to Mojang. And obviously, we don't have this castle in our base. We have a much smaller variant. It's still pretty cool, but the aspect that I want to specifically take from this is not any of this. If we just keep scrolling down, you got a bunch of turrets, control rooms, you know, even the roof. You got some tips on the roof over there. And we just keep scrolling down and down. There's something in this right here at the bottom, the last resort. And the last resort states that if I'm forced to leave my castle behind, I have taken extraordinary measures to ensure my unwanted guest receives a warm welcome. The escape tunnel is filled with TNT and rigged to blow with the press of a button. Gravel is piled high in the ceiling waiting to fall and block the passage. This is my last resort. Now I want to put this element in our castle because I think that's such a cool idea. So let's actually head over there and build our own secret tunnel that explodes on our command. Alright, so the exit of the base. This is going to be our last element of this build over here to make it a completely base that is tailored towards Mojang's needs. And if we just go in here, we're going to actually build it inside this time. We're going to actually work on the inside a little bit. As you can see, the decorations and stuff are great. So where do we want to fit the actual entrance to the exit, the secret tunnel? I'm thinking, alright, so I think if you just look around, I mean, things like up here doesn't really make sense. So I think we're going to go with the down floor. We're going to keep it on this bottom floor over here. Now, where exactly, I'm not sure. We could pop it over here, maybe, you know, open the chest and the pistons open up. I mean, that's an option. Behind the grass, I mean, that could kind of work. I mean, in the paintings, that's something that can work. I mean, in here, maybe, but I don't think that's gonna be what we're gonna be doing. I want to do something with the throne. We have the throne over here. I feel like, you know, if the king wants to get out, you want the exit to be the closest to the king. So I think we're gonna pop it like here. I think we're gonna pop it like right here, and then we'll have the tunnel kind of go maybe this way, or maybe down, and then this way. We'll see how we can work with, but I think I'm gonna do the redstone stuff, all the tunnel stuff right here. I think that's gonna fit perfectly. Maybe have a button over here, press it, this opens up, and you can lead to the tunnel. Okay, we're gonna go with that for now. I will see what I can come up with, and hopefully it meets Mojang's needs. Alright, let's see what I can do, and let's jump back into time-lapse mode. And that is another thing ticked off our list, and that's going to be the exit. And I have made this thing super cool. I've put so much effort into this, so let's just have a look at this. Now, a few things I had to put was I had to put this thing, which I'll show you why I have this, and I actually had to put these 4 levers because I needed to do something to go somewhere. So I hope this is not, you know, suspicious, and you don't know that where the one is going to be triggering the door, because we have a door right here. If we actually press this lever right here, you have a door opening, and I actually struggled with this redstone more than you think. It took me like a solid 10-15 minutes. And also these trapdoors open because I just need to put the redstone in, and I actually needed this block to be on with a redstone, so I had to cover it up when the door was actually closed. So I actually just used some trapdoors, and that worked out pretty well. But other than that, if we just pop that open again, we can go down here, and I decided to put water instead of a ladder because you want to, when you're running, you want it to be fast. You don't want to crawl down a ladder. So we jump in right here, bam, and I've decorated this room. I'm quite proud of my decoration. As you can see, all this is messed up, and the reason for that is, as you can see, there's a little lever right here. If you pull it, if you walk down this bridge, as you can see, this is the bridge I came up with. Again, pretty cool. I'm quite proud of this. I worked on this all by myself without looking at Google or anything. It did turn out quite good. So if you pull this lever and if you run over here, you have, if I can find it, there you go, a spot right here. This lever actually triggers a dispenser, and inside you have a flint and steel, and my goal is I will put a TNT here. The only reason I don't have it is because I will show you a demonstration of when you actually run through this later on in the video. And by later on, I literally mean a couple of seconds, so just wait a couple of seconds here. I'll have the TNT, and the theory is it's gonna drop down here, it's gonna blow up the bridge. I actually haven't tested the redstone, but it's pretty simple, so it should work. It'll blow up the bridge, and I'll run across it, it'll blow up, and we'll have this cool dramatic scene, and I'll be here kind of looking like a gangster, and it'll all be blown up, and I will leave this peacefully, and my the people who are trying to chase me, they'll be left on the other side, kind of like from the movies. And I'll just leave from this area, and I'll have a boat here. I need to add a boat. Let's just take a boat over here. We'll have an oak boat over here. We'll put a boat down there, and I'll actually climb on the boat, and I will escape the area. Now that is the idea. Now let me actually get into a good acting mode, and I will show you how it's actually gonna look like. Okay, my face is too close to you. How is it gonna actually look like if you actually do it with the redstone? So let's actually go into a replay mod shot, and I'll get my acting gear on and enjoy the little acting scene. Oh, what a beautiful day in the castle, man. Sitting on this throne is so comfortable. Everything is going so well. Wait, what? What? My castle's under attack! Alright, we've gotta go. We've gotta use the secret tunnel I've been planning to use all these years. It's built for a reason. Alright, let's just go. Let's open this lever and let's just get out of this place. Let's just make sure we land in the water over here. There we go. Alright, that was a little bit scary. Let's pull the lever here. We gotta be quick, And oh, alright, we don't want to be going into that. And there we go. There's no way they're catching us now. Oh, it's a little annoying that we have to leave everything behind. Let's just get in this boat, and I guess we'll have to go find a new base now. If you do enjoy this video, please do hit that like button. It really does help out the video in the algorithm. And let me know in the comments what other things would you like me to build according to Mojang, because I know you guys love this series and I personally love this series too. But this video took a long time to make, so just please make sure you leave a like and also comment down below. But other than that, I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see every single one of you in the next video.